Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
And as Artis responds, he looks down and is like, "It is my problem." And he said something about a contingency if they get hurt.
Chippy had the all the details, but enough of a beating will be a haste spell, and then death will send it back to a prepared vessel.
All right.
So, anything you want to know before we put it in a hole?
I think ending them here is an appropriate message.
Okay. I will
and
lay out a portable hole.
Novel.
And just like...
But I want them to remember. And he leans over and grabs them and looks them in the face. Because you're going to remember all of this, right? As he starts walking them out towards the river.
All right.
And walks off screen with them.
But still get dibs on the gear, though. That's group loot.
So, the hubbub here at the camp dies down. The soldiers spent a few minutes hauling bodies out and fixing, propping things back up. But the camp seems mostly back in order. And you have Silver Tusk step forward and be like, I'm thankful that you allowed me passage in your caravan and feel indebted for the help that you've given today. There's a lot here. Looks to Cliff and Wayne and Chippy. Steps back. Winter, Depressor, all of you have made such a difference here today. Save this camp.
Well, we should definitely get drunk and play cards before we part ways, at least. I mean,
well, I think I had a bunch of that before I went to bed last night. I am going to get some rest. But I'll see you at breakfast. Maybe we can drink and play cards then.
For breakfast! Oh, it's an awesome idea! Yes! Okay, gotta go to sleep right now.
And Silver Tusk steps off into the command tent as well. And with that, we draw to a close of the fight at Camp Vengeance. You return to the sounds of the evening jungle, and you are able to take your rests. See the guards have resumed their watch. They have cycled out for fresh guards. And someone even put the goats back in the pen. All goats accounted for.
I can only take a short rest because I had a long rest this afternoon.
Of course.
So I'm on night watch still. Get my iron bands back.
Of course.
I'll take a long rest so I can regain those lay on hand points.
And the sounds of the nighttime jungle fade away for those that sleep or those that are lost in thought. And we find ourselves the next morning. Of course, Artis has returned as well as the rest of the crew. Your iron bands are returned and there is a bag that is presented with the belongings.
Yeah, we'll divvy these up as we go. So next steps from here. I mean, our plan had kind of been as far as to gather together with the expedition again. I mean, we're headed farther down south a ways from here, but there's, I mean, our companions have had some specific asks, and we're kind of getting into that neighborhood. Umbala, is that was on the map? Is that one of the places that we need to go? Was that somewhere we needed to go clear out for our druid for Kawasha? Oh no, that's where we were. Okay, that's where we fought the hag. Sorry, but we did scope out a couple of those places that we needed to go, like which quest we want to kind of do next.
Indeed. I'm gonna drop this into the Tomb of Annihilation shot here as an easy reference, but for those viewers at home, I'm also gonna put it into our chat here, so you can look in the tiny little corner of Roll20 with the rolls up.
I'm already topped up on attuned items, so if anybody, but that cloak of displacement, if you're not filled up, it's great for a tank. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, sure, if nobody else wants it, I will absolutely take it.
Chippy also gets in melee and needs defense. I'll let you all fight over it. I have a cloak and I have all the attuned items I can get. So
yeah, I have to look into the attunement situation and calculate would this one be better or that one? So
actually, you know what? I am full up on attunement. So Chippy, go for it.
Now, don't forget your companions, sidekicks.
Right, your elven scout.
Yeah.
They can also benefit from these. And they won't be getting, I mean, we're getting their share of the monies as it goes out, but you'd be looking for some magic items for them. That's probably from your root choices.
Yeah. I'd already given, light armor, but yeah, I mean, could be good. So far, that's all she has is light armor.
what Chippy wants to do in the morning is a bunch of identify. For example, the robes, anything, the bag of sand. Try to figure out these things.
Obviously, that spell book is 100% your territory. Scribe scrolls, copy into your book, whatever you need to do.
That could take a while. It'll be an ongoing project. But I want to find out if the robes are magic or the bag of sand, or
I mean, if you take the icon, which is gone now. I mean, they're wearing robes and they have a staff. It's non-magical. It's quarterstaff, but it has decorations.
Right, the arcane focus. What's the book? Sleazy paperback romance. See.
Indeed.
Guide to Jungle Plants.
It's actually a copy of Volos.
Okay.
Which makes your second copy now. One of them held by the professor. Now, there was some discussion that went around earlier. I neglected to prompt at the time, but I would offer a either history or religion to try to make relevant info about the detect thoughts info. Ariel. Doing frost or
So maybe we'll have a conversation about it, and other people who know more about those things could.
yeah.
Natural 20 though, that'll work.
Plus 0.
But let her try. Cool. All right, so I think it's appropriate because I believe that the player is probably not knowledgeable yet.
About what, Arl?
Yeah.
Not much more than what you just said. Evil deity, all the bad things about winter, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
all the bad things.
Yes.
Like put holes in the walls and tear down the thatch roofs and let my cold wind blow inside and chill the life out of everything until it's a frozen wasteland.
yeah, not the like jingling sleigh bells and nice no blankets of snow for this one. No, it's all the other aspects of winter. So,
but with that natural 20 there, or rather a 20 in illusion sense, you know that she was mostly revered or worshipped, venerated out of fear. Like we will worship you so you don't come and freeze us to death.
right.
And she did have an adventure where she went and fucked around in the Fae ports for a while.
Okay.
And, earned a name over there, too. Sort of thing. And, I believe that one of her signature pieces is the Ring of Winter. Magic item. A sentient ring.
A sentient ring.
Yeah.
And I think we took note of a ring with that Arctis had on, and that also summoned that big old ice golem. Right?
Out of the ring that he was carrying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That doesn't seem coincidental.
Yeah, I'd say not.
So I can do identify a bunch of times if that's helpful.
I don't think he's going to let us identify the ring.
I don't mean his. I mean the other one.
Which other one?
I thought I just heard that there was another one. Oh, it's we're just talking about Artist's ring. Okay, sorry. Never mind.
She has a signature. There's a very powerful artifact item or something that is associated with her, and he has something that seems to match the description, or at least the general profile. So that's interesting. And he was rejected, and he rejected her, which, I mean, I get it. He's married. He's got his thing. But yeah, that's going to be dangerous. Should probably pull Arctis into some of this conversation too. We should let's also kind of look at. We were talking about where we're headed next. What are I mean, with the Helm of Teleportation, we have options now besides sailing the river to get to these points, right? If we go back to Umbala, or now that the lunatic has seen them, we can.
So Imbala was the request of Iku, and at her, now that you've done that, that was her quest.
Yeah. I was thinking we could go look around from there, but we've already seen the places.
Right. You saw a whole bunch, and I kind of even open them up on this map I just brought us to.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so getting everyone back together, we can might be a good time to do some review.
Um, before we move on, do you want to tell me the results of the identifier, or do you want to tell me that later?
Oh, okay. The identify, yes, and that's on the magical items that we see listed out here.
Right. So, bag of sand. You said the book is Volos, so maybe that's not magic.
Right.
Then what was the other one?
Of course, the bracers, the cloak of displacement,
Robes,
the ring of protection,
spellbook.
The robes are non-magical.
Is the spellbook non-magical?
It is non-magical.
And the other thing is, I was thinking it might be a good idea to chop up that big Titanosaurus and just to see if it's got anything interesting hanging out in its gut.
I like that idea.
Oh.
I'm open to ways, creative ideas for how to do that.
You're like, so where's the party loot? Come on now. That was a big CR. Cough it up.
I mean,
I would suggest acid.
I was thinking fire, but acid might smell better.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to leave a stain on the land either way. Acid will. I mean, if we contain it, it doesn't have to taint the water supply, but it also won't spread into the forest. Render it down. Anything that's magical will survive. And here's the alchemical jug. We can make as much acid. We can make a whole lot of acid.
Ooh, without using any spell slots. I like it.
I also dropped the contents of the spell book in there.
Okay.
So I feel like Kawash's ask was relatively close.
Okay, so yes, I was right in where are we at here? We have all right, so I'm going to start showing the players that we have Azaka. We have Iku. This is part of the whole caravan here. I'm listing off the guides who were paid in promise of personal favor, adventure. Barul and Gondolo. Like, almost all the guides were hired. Right? We had that shit. And then there's River Mist and Flask of Wine. They are like Barul and Gondolo. They are a pair, even though they're individuals here. We have Kawasha and one of the guides. And we have Leah. And I think that is no.
Also Hugh Hackenstone and Musharib.
And yes, Hugh, thank you. Hugh Hackenstone. So we have a whole list here of various different guides and NPCs that have been promised. Various tasks. And having them all out and pulling the map up. I believe you've been doing the mapping, yes? Is that right, Wayne?
In character.
In character, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Why don't you just go ahead and throw me a cartography check and give us some relevancy to what we got here.
Alex is also doing that sort of less front and center, so we have a backup map too. So I'll roll 2.
Excellent. Anyone else with cartography can get down. The map is out. Everyone starts furiously copying. And with each of the members in front of you, there's some pieces that are highlighted. So, with that, your first guess, Quasha, that your druid here, who travels with the Vegapygmy, wanted to go to the heart of Ubtao. He was told that this is an area that is rife with some undead, and if we were to, go there and make waste of what we find here, he would consider the debt paid.
Thought it was a city for some reason.
It's at the very south end of the Donny Basin. We also have Artis, who has added this section up here and has added to the map. This is where it's rumored the Shield Guardian Vorn stands, which is why I was seeking Yeliark. He looks over at Wayne. I believe you have the pendant, right?
Yes, and it should be headed our direction.
Nods.
If it can move, it is headed this way.
And I believe that it has to be inserted for it to be reactivated, and that's part of the attunement process. And then you can do the controls.
Well, in that case, did we have spotted the area, and can, or at least we can head back to Yeliark and search for the Shield Guardian.
Right. Like if Yeliark was here, he shows on the map Vorn was here. And that was our first plan. We were going to go from Righteous to Yeliark to Vorn and then to Vengeance. But then he looks over at, he looks across. Then we got sent off on this other thing. I would say something to her about it, but she's back in town. Probably sipping coffee, too. So I would still like to go there. And then Hugh steps forward and is like, over here is the Peaks of Flame. We did get a very clear, you talked about that clear view from up there, so I would like to accompany the trip there to the Peaks of Flame.
And that is to the Dwarven City to drive out the salamanders, right?
And and reclaim the item.
Right. Fire newts? I don't know. One of those amphibious fire related
salamanders, yeah. And let's see here. There's a review here. You're gonna have to give me a moment.
Well, I mean, fair's fair. We did interrupt we were on the way to handle Arctis's thing, and we did interrupt that. Maybe we should just handle that today. Right?
That's a good idea.
That should be a quick one.
Right? It shouldn't be a mess. It should be like it's not some infested town that you'd have to go clear out or something like that.
I mean, it's still in the jungle, so.
And so are we. But yeah, it's all over. It's true. And, with that conversation, Kawasha will say, I believe that I have seen Vorn before. Left my respects. It is looked to as a local figurine of, wonder and veneration. Final offerings and such. I gave it a necklace.
Oh. Are we going to disrupt any local rituals by claiming this thing? Like, is there any... Right? I'm not looking to mess with people's worship.
It's not a temple, no.
Okay. People sort of put offerings out of ignorance, just in case it's something.
Pretty much.
Okay. I mean,
It looks down to Wolfe, right? But like, yeah, it's big.
All right. Well, we'll just leave some other altar or monument or something appropriate. I don't know. What would you rather see people pay homage to, Kawasha?
Yes. Perhaps a tree in the shape of a person.
Sounds perfect. Do you want to wear the helm of teleportation and just take us there?
Oh, well. That certainly makes it easy, doesn't it?
Since you've been there, it cuts down on a lot of searching.
I guess so.
Great. Pull it off the lunatic. my frog with a sparkly teleportation crown.
It gives you the as you pop it off. And he puts it on. Thinks, and kind of looks to it for a moment, closes his eyes. It's like, okay. After breakfast, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not in a hurry. It's not like we have to slog through the jungle.
It'll take a time before I figure it out.
Yeah.
It is an attuned item, yes.
Yeah.
So thus he spends breakfast attuning.
Yep.
And says, okay, I think I'm ready.
All right, we'll prep the strike force. I assume Artis and Dragonbait want to come.
Artis and Dragonbait both want to go.
So that's 8 plus the caster, and I think that's all we can fit.
Azaka wants to stay, of course. Right.
Right.
Want to stay with the rest. So. It
Right.
is.
Right, 2, 4, 6 with our sidekicks, and then those two.
So you plus Quasha and Artis, and Quasha's like, I know, and the veg pygmy makes sounds that sound like plants swaying in the trees, and does the other kind of sounds. Yeah, I know. Just keep an eye out for me. I'll be back soon. Yeah, I know you want to go. I want you to go too, but there's no room.
Oh, I'm going to leave the lunatic behind because I don't know if a shield guardian counts as a creature or an object, and I want to be able to get back with it.
Arcana. Anybody?
Nope. I'll go.
Contract.
I'm gonna leave the lunatic behind just in case.
All right. Okay.
So we're down one kind of cleric.
Note to self: always have somebody give you help when you're not in combat and you're doing a skill check.
Sidekicks. Yeah. Forgot about that.
They are good for that.
No.
So, and the experts are extra good at it too. They can help as a bonus action.
Okay.
So you have one open slot, and you gather up into the group, and all the willing participants, bamf, and you're out. Okay, so.
Side question.
Wow.
While we're traveling, Chippy's going to idly wonder if I don't know if this would be an Arcana check. If Alex was to fly inside his bag of holding for like 2 minutes, like 1 minute, while we were doing the teleportation, if that would count as one less person. Because she's only 11 inches tall.
Yeah, I hear you. No, it's person. You're there. Okay, so to set your scene here, you find yourself in a small opening clearing within the jungle, standing under what seems to be a beaten footpath, and next to some rocks and ferns is an 8-foot tall statue, humanoid in shape, bronze fists, iron joints, and what is very obviously an adamantine breastplate. Has an iron helm with slits for eyes. The rest of the statue is made of sculpted wood and reinforced with bands and rivets of adamantine. Scattered around its feet are these offerings of food, feathers, colored stones, skulls. In one of its hands, it has a necklace of flowers.
Okay.
So now everyone can get an Arcana check, DC 10.
Okay.
Exactly, Ted.
Alex is going to help me.
Yeah. And you recognize this for what it is. That is a shield guardian.
Sweet.
A new party member.
Just a moment here. Do we have... We do. Ta-da.
Basically a giant suit of armor, yeah?
It looks like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard about this. They can also do spell storing. You can cast up to a 4th level spell into that thing, and it can cast it at will, which means you don't have to concentrate. You get an extra concentration slot. Sorry, did I blurt?
You're not wrong.
So I will also offer DC 10 Wisdom Survival from looking about the area that you're in.
22.
And with the 10 plus, it stands out. You find various different types of footprints. Goblin, grung, vegapygmy. And it seems that the jungle vines and creepers have been upkept and cut back. That is, this is a curated clearing. Care is put into the ongoing presentation.
Okay.
Kawasha, you want to need any help putting together a replacement?
Now, why don't you get it up and moving? We'll take it from there.
Okay. Well, I do indeed have the thing, the amulet.
Okay. I do believe it requires attunement.
Yep. I am not attuned.
Artist offers to attune to it,
Go ahead.
and he takes it and looks over in his hands and is like, "Been a little while." And walks over and makes the activation here. And it seems to have some sort of change, and they begin some kind of like interaction.
Okay.
So that's going to be a boring overview while that does the thing, and then
Starts moving.
attuning the item, so you can then push its buttons. Okay. And while that continues on, no, I'm trying to think about what druid spell would be the one to do the thing. Like shape wood? Is that...
I could do stone shape. Would that be helpful? Chippy's gonna ask.
That would. I was gonna do it. I was thinking about doing it with a tree, but doing it with a stone sounds appropriate too.
Ooh,
Replaces what we had.
together? I don't know. Have some kind of like, I don't know.
I like it. Yeah. Let's do two of them. Okay, next to each other. You do the stone one.
Should it look like the Shield Guardian, or should we do some other design? Ooh, how about their dancing?
You pick.
Make them cheerful, right?
That's all. It's entirely with you. Do it dancing.
I think it's going to be more or less a replica of the Shield Guardian, except now it's dancing it's frolicking in a very cheerful way.
Awesome. Okay.
Maybe with some little stone flowers flourishing out. So the spell says 5-foot cube maximum size, but it can be shaped into up to a medium size. So that ought to work for a medium-sized humanoid object, right?
I suppose that you could probably do it in pieces too. Like, all right, this much at this time for a hit. Now I'm done with it. Now a new target, more stone over here. Do this. All right, now you're good. All right, now you more stone over here and here, and look like this. That seems appropriate to me.
Was it? Who were the stacking? Was it goblins? We could do a stack of goblin statues. Maybe not. Okay, back to the original plan. I will cast the spell.
Okay. I'll let you handle it. It is done. And the time passes and eventually puts together, some kind of statue You can decide what kind of humanoid or whatnot that is, or what it looks like. Washa says you should definitely have him holding a flower. Or her. And kind of does like, points to a plant and it sprouts into like an open bud of the type. He's like that one right there. And over the hour, the attunement completes, and then the shield guardian, comes to life. And Vorn stands, and Artist turns and says, "All right, it'll be following us now."
Perfect. Now, we can do it when we get back to camp, but I feel like there was a connection there between this shield guardian, the journal we had found, and the soulmonger.
Maybe you should take a look around during that time.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to do. Everybody else is busy. I'll be checking around, also making sure we're not getting, ambushed by dinosaurs.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
22.
Okay.
Okay.
About 25 feet to the north, there's, some uneven part of the ground in the embankment off to the side. And over there you find an old corpse. Decades old. And looking over this, it is wearing some wizard robes. And it seems to be under a tree that has a very large bough that has broken off and fallen to the ground adjacent. Clearly the scene of some thing that happened here.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be like any sort of great violence.
I'll take a look, see if I can't. I'll check the body, see if I can find more writing specifically. I have a feeling this is Vorn, right? That's that's the name.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, pretty sure this is our guy.
So, I will direct attention to Kawasha, and he says, "I suppose we're ready to return then. Now that the Guardian's online."
Probably. Anybody give me a hand searching this body and seeing if we can find anything useful here.
Sure. Investigation.
Yeah, I will aid you. So go ahead and roll with advantage.
Nice. That's solid. Super
Nice.
solid investigation. All right, so here's what you get. You see that while quite tattered and falling apart in your hands as you kind of pick through it, much effort on the fabric, and it comes apart. But the pockets are outturned. There's no belt. There's no backpack. There's no shoes. Seems that it was probably picked clean long ago. But to continue with the investigation, it very much looks like this person was hit in the head by a falling tree branch.
Oh.
Hell of a way to go.
Yeah.
Shield Guardian can't save you from that.
No, a million ways to die in the forest.
It is laying in a puddle. It seems to be like probably how it went down.
Oof.
So with the investigation complete and no additional loot, at least from this one here, but Shield Guardian in tow, you return to Camp Vengeance, just outside where your boats are, where your team is cooking at breakfast or cleaning up after breakfast. And I will call tonight's session to a close. And we will look forward to more next week. So come back and catch us next time. I hope you all enjoyed the story today. And until next time, have a good game. Bye, everyone.
Bye.